What's up, guys? This is Sergeant Merrill here, and this is going to be my first episode of something I'm going to call the first 15 minutes, which obviously is going to be focusing on my impressions of the first 15 minutes of a game, which I believe are among the most important because it's going to set the tone for the rest of the game. And after spending, $60 to $65 on games these days, those first 15 minutes really need to blow you away. So this series is also meant to give you an idea of what games you want to invest in and what games you kind of want to stay away from. The game I chose for this first series is Two Worlds 2, but before I start talking about this game, I first need to set the context of my love for role-playing games, especially American RPGs. I'm not a big fan of Japanese RPGs. I don't know why. They just they weird me out a little bit. Just something about them I'm not a big fan of. But I'm talking about RPGs like Baldur's Gate and Diablo and Fallout 2. I mean, games that I grew up with that, just really took you somewhere and made you fall in love with characters and took you to a place and, you could just come home from a busy day at school and jump on this game, turn out the lights in your room, and just go somewhere. There's just something really special about that for me. But jumping right into this game right here, as you can see, the cinematic here at the beginning, it's pretty impressive as far as graphics and action. It did enough for me to pique my interest and get me interested in what was going to happen. But when the game transitioned into the character creation, I was a little unimpressed by the graphics. I mean, this guy's arms, I don't know, they look really short, and just the graphics of this first gameplay character that you see did not impress me. I think it's a little bit behind its time. And that was very disappointing for me. To use Mass Effect as an example, which is a little bit unfair for this game, when you first see Shepard, I mean, you just look at him and you're like, this guy's a badass. I am going to be a badass in this game. And I didn't get that feeling when I first went into this character creation. And that's a shame because that's going to create a bridge between the player and his character for the first portion of the game before he finds another reason to find a connection with the hero. And that's a problem in a role-playing game. And it's also what really held back the potential of this game for me for the first 15 minutes. I mean, the character models were not that great. Little stuff like their arms or legs seeming too short, or a movement not seeming right. I mean, their four fingers seeming like they were glued together when they're doing gestures or talking to each other. Just these kind of things made it seem unrealistic. And it gave me a hard time connecting to the story because I was so focused on how much better the graphics could have been. But it's not just graphics in the first 15 minutes that can drag you in. Another thing that can really drag you in is great voice acting. And again, this did not have it. A lot of the voice acting just seemed like it was from an 80s action flick. And in most cases, the lip sync wasn't in tune with the voice acting, which is just an amateur mistake that also makes this game seem like it's behind its time.
Prison. But soon enough her body will run cold, and ash and cinder will be all that remains of you.
Now, to give the game some credit, a lot of its reviews came from the fact that it has a very complicated and intricate and interesting, from what I hear, crafting system, spell system, and combat system. But in the first 15 minutes, you do not get to experience that. But if this little combat scene that it displays right here is any indication to what you can expect in the actual gameplay, I would be impressed. But as of now, between the graphics, character models, voice acting, and kind of just generic storyline in the first 15 minutes, I don't think I could recommend this game. To be fair, that's only based on the first 15 minutes, which, as I said, I find to be among the most important. But I will continue to play this game, and I will continue to record it. Most of my gripes with the first 15 minutes are of a cosmetic nature, so the mechanics of this game could really come back and grab me. So I may come back later on and share more about this game if I find something more interesting and if there is enough public interest. So if this is a game that you are thinking about buying and you want to know more, then go ahead and let me know in the comments section. Otherwise, you can thank me for saving you $65 and put this thing in your rearview mirror. So let's go ahead and wrap up these episodes of the first 15 minutes on 3 ups and 3 downs about the game. I think that would be the best thing to wrap it up with. For 3 ups, I would say that one, it is infinitely better than the first one. I returned the first one within 45 minutes of owning it, so I don't think I'm going to be returning this one. But if you can consider that an up, that is one up. And two, I also have a really good feeling that the combat system and the magic and crafting system is going to be very interesting. I really look forward to it, despite all the issues that I have with this game starting out. And for a third, I believe that they have released this game at a very opportune time, considering that Dragon Age doesn't come out for another month, and a really good RPG hasn't been released for a while. Now, if this is a really good RPG itself, I can't say just yet, but I will consider that an up. Now, 3 downs. First and foremost, I'm going to have to say the graphics. Now, the graphics, I believe, are better than the first one, but they feel behind. And that's going to lead into my second down, which is going to be the character models. When I see the character models, especially the person that I'm going to be playing, it needs to inspire me a little bit. It needs to inspire me to step into that character's shoes, and this game failed in that aspect. And for my third down for this game, it's going to be the voice acting. The voice acting these days really needs to be on point. I really need to feel that real conversations are happening, and not a conversation that I would see in the movie Deathstalker from 1982. But anyway, guys, I really hope this video helps in your decision to buy this game. If it was something you really look forward to and are going to buy anyway, I'm sorry if this is a little bit of a downer for you. Please be sure to rate and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about this game in the comments section. And I would also like to know what other games you would be interested in seeing the first 15 minutes of, so go ahead and be sure to put that in the comments section as well. But other than that, guys, I'll see you on Xbox Live. This is Sergeant Merrill, out here.